Why Lucy Chen passing her sergeant exam was one of The Rookie's best moments of 2025. For most fans of The Rookie, one of the most interesting parts of the show has been seeing how the characters have grown, both as people and in their careers. For example, it was interesting to see John Nolan decide he wanted to be a training officer after previously believing his career was destined to go down another path. During the show's most recent season, Lucy Chen's attempts to advance her career resulted in a glorious moment. Enemy of the state, law and order. Since The Rookie premiered on ABC, the show has developed a huge fan following of people who are deeply invested in its storylines and characters. Unfortunately, most of those fans would admit that the show has had some lowlights. One recent example of that is how the show's 7th season completely ruined a previously fun supporting character. Even though The Rookie has featured some disappointing moments, the show also has some truly fantastic aspects, including characters that fans want to see more of. Because of the show's characters that viewers are invested in, the series has been able to create some truly fantastic scenes. With that in mind, it is fascinating to look at the moments from The Rookie that premiered in 2025 that reminded fans why they love the show so much. One of The Rookie's best moments of 2025. For most fans of The Rookie, one of the most interesting parts of the show has been seeing how the characters have grown, both as people and in their careers. For example, it was interesting to see John Nolan decide he wanted to be a training officer after previously believing his career was destined to go down another path. During the show's most recent season, Lucy Chen's attempts to advance her career resulted in a glorious moment. After Chen previously helped Tim Bradford pass his sergeant exam, fans were overjoyed at the idea of her reaching that achievement as well. However, her first attempt to pass the test resulted in heartbreaking failure for her. After having the joyous moment of seeing Chen triumph previously taken away from them, watching Bradford get to tell her she'd passed couldn't have been better. The look of pride, happiness, and relief on Chen's face when she saw her test results and got her sergeant's patch was worth the wait. On a side note, the storyline involving Chen's attempt to become a sergeant created another fantastic moment. When she failed her first attempt at the test, it was disappointing for viewers. However, how another character handled that moment was a perfect touch that highlighted what makes the show great. When Wade Gray posted the test results revealing that Chen failed, he could have walked away and leave her to react to the news alone. However, Gray opted to stand nearby to offer Chen support at that moment, clearly knowing how upset she would be. It is that kind of detail that makes Gray such a great leader. Why John Nolan connecting with Nyla Harper was one of The Rookie's best moments of 2025. During The Rookie Season 7, fans got to see Nyla Harper and John Nolan connect in a way they'd been hoping would happen for years. When Harper was scared in the hospital waiting to learn her husband's fate because his life was in danger, Nolan visited her to offer his support. Before leaving the room, Nolan confessed how much he looks up to Harper, both as a law enforcement officer and a person. "You are. And this is going to sound goofy when I say it out loud, but you are in no small way my hero. And that's not just because you've helped me out of some really tough spots, but because there's just no one better as a cop, as a mom, and as a human." After Harper was introduced as a character, viewers got to see her build a mostly unspoken bond with Nolan. While it was always great to see the two of them express how much closer they'd become in roundabout ways, emotional barriers kept them from verbalizing how much they truly meant to each other. That was until this moment. While it was far from shocking to see Nolan be so forthright about how much he admires Harper, it was her reaction that truly meant a lot to viewers. Never a character that would be comfortable being vulnerable, Harper typically would have shut Nolan down at that moment. However, when the character shifted her lips to the side instead of interrupting her friend, it was clear that she was going to allow herself to open up to Nolan. Even after that, it was surprising in the best way possible when Nolan went to leave, and Harper had him stay so they could hug. It could even be argued that this scene is one of the best moments in The Rookie's entire history.